Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 23 with the Oakland Athletics. And before we get into the episode, I just wanted to again thank everybody for the support on this playthrough and really just all the support here over the last few months. It's been pretty amazing. So amazing that I created a Discord channel so that you guys can tell me how bad I am at this game and give me some advice and give me some pointers and give me some suggestions. So I know the channel's been very, very out of the park baseball 23 centric, which is, and it's fine. I love playing the game, but it's also not kind of how I started my channel, right? I mean, like to play a lot of different games, and I will continue to play a lot of different games, but right now, this is what the people want, so this is what the people get. But that being said, head over to my Discord. I'm going to drop the link in the description below, and you can give me some suggestions. I will have another Civilization video coming up here. It won't be with Portugal. Unfortunately, that save was corrupted. I have a screenshot that I'll show you all of what happened, but I will be firing that back up here at some point soon for those of you who like some content that isn't Oakland A's related. And again, just thank you so much for the support, and let's get to it. So it is May 1st. We got through April at 19 and 12, game and a half behind the Angels. 3 games up on the Mariners. We're the top wild card team in the American League right now. Obviously, it's still super early, but pitching has been very, very good. Ryan Gleason's been terrific. Avidi has been very... ERA is a bit high, but I think it's been a while since I've played. Really only had one bad start here against Baltimore, but otherwise has pitched pretty well. Vizcaíno, who we brought in to replace Estes, has been Estes-like. 48 strikeouts, 34 innings. I mean, he's been fine. Our starting pitching's been good. Our bullpen has been very good. Our hitting has been slightly below average. You can see we're 10th in runs scored, 8th in batting average, 8th in on base. I mean, middle of the pack offensively. But players hitting below their expectations, right? Like, or at least some of them. You know, you got Munoz hitting at 212 on the year. You know, if he can get that average up to, you know, he needs that average around 270, 280. Kevin Parker's only hitting 240. He needs to be a 270 hitter. Arias only hitting 219 out of the leadoff spot. Does have a 350 on base percentage, so I'm fine leaving him there for now. Benny Montgomery only hitting 223. Yeah, I mean, he is on pace for 21 triples. But, yeah, I mean, our offense has just been okay this year. It hasn't been great. We lost Robert Poisson for a while, if you remember correctly. On opening day, he came back. Our last 11 games of the 11 games of the month, or 10 games of the month, really, I guess, and did really well. So he's been carrying us here a little bit. So the offense is down, but I think we'll be fine. And we have, you know, our top 3 prospects are all hitters. So, and then Jirgif Shafransky. The plan was to send him down once Poisson came back up, but he's leading us in home runs and RBIs. 267, 7 home runs, 24 RBIs. So he's getting playing time a few times a week now behind Parker and Munoz. Munoz goes to third. Poisson gets a day off. Shafransky comes in, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, so that's kind of where we are with it. So we will do our kind of middle of the season thing here where we sim through May, or day by day in May. I sim June, and then we come back and we do July. So let's jump right in and see how the month of May kicks off. Coming off a 6-2 loss to the Indians, or the Guardians rather. We come back and we beat them here 9-3. Munoz 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Arias 2 hits, 3 RBIs. Gleason picks up his 4th victory of the year. Now we go to New York, so we've got 7 more on the road, so a 10-game road trip in Cleveland, New York, and Boston. 12-1 loss, that's not a good one. 4-3 victory. We score a run in the 8th inning there. Acuna with a couple RBIs. Montgomery and Shafransky each have 2 hits. Boxrucker strikes out 10 in 5. We look to take 2 out of 3 from the Mets. And we do. We win 3-0. Who got the start in this one? Avidia pitches really well. 5 2/3 shutout innings. Montalvo has been absolutely dynamic this season. 13 innings, only 1 run allowed. Get a home run from Francisco Alvarez. Poisson and Shafransky each have a couple of hits. Look at Poisson, 340 batting average so far this year. Now we got 3 against the Red Sox, and I think the Sox are pretty bad right now, so I'm hoping for at least 2 out of 3. So we win game 1, 6-2. Parker Average down to 233, but hits his 8th home run. Alvarez has 3 hits. Sarabia is hitting the ball really well. He's up to 309 on the year. Parker with his 8th. Neely improves to 3-1. He's been a find for us as well. We got him from the Red Sox. Last year, 11 starts, 4-3 with a 3.01. This year, 3-1 with a 3.61. ERA plus of over 120 both seasons. He's been really, really good. I don't know if he's never going to be a superstar, but with 3 good pitches, good movement, good stuff, he could be a solid 3 or 4 for us. All right. Game 2 against the Red Sox. We're 4-1 this month. Make it 5-1. A 10-0 shutout. Munoz, 5 hits, 2 runs knocked in for him. Poisson and Sarabia. Acuna has 3 hits. Fuentes and Arias each with 2 hits. Sarabia, Poisson, Fuentes all homer. Gleason goes to 5-1. Last game of the series against the Red Sox. I said I wanted 2 out of 3. I'm greedy now. I want all 3. We don't get it. We lose 5-2 and 10. All right, so now we're back home for the next week. 4 against Seattle, 3 against the Twins. So we bookend a 5-2 extra inning loss with a 10-0 win and then an 11-0 win. So Poisson 3 for 4, 4 RBIs. Parker's got that average up to 260. Alvarez hitting lights out right now, 295, 4 home runs on the year. Boxrucker 6 2/3 shutout innings. Game 2 against the M's. Does anybody call them the M's? It was a 3-1 loss. Game 3. So 7-3 in our first 10 here in May. I will take it. Poisson 2 for 3, 2 doubles. Got hitting 361 on the season. I did not see that coming. Shafransky hitting 288. Neely picks up another win. Montalvo continues to pitch well. Final game of the series against Seattle. 3 out of 4 at home would be nice. We get 3 out of 4 with a 4-3 win. 2 in the bottom of the 8th to put us ahead. Shafransky with 2 RBIs. Gleason goes 5, strikes out 11. Bullpen comes in and pitches 4 shutout innings, striking out 7. We got the Twinkies now for 3. Another win, 6-5 in extras. Another come from behind win. We were down 5-2, 3 in the 8th, 1 in the 10th to get it done. Acuna 3 for 5. He's got that average up to 260. It's awesome. I mean, not hitting for any extra base power at all. He's got 5 doubles. He's got a 298 slugging percentage. But, yeah, I mean, defensively, he's also just been okay. Zone rating is good. The efficiency is light. So, yeah, our middle infield could definitely use an upgrade. As we've got Rocha and we've got Rocha and Fuentes as our second baseman. So our infield not hitting all that well. Game 2 against Minnesota. Another extra inning affair, 9-8. Another come from behind victory. Score a run in the 9th, run in the 10th. Arias drives in 5. Poisson drives in 3. Has that average up to 370. Alvarez over 300. Boxrucker gets hit pretty hard, but the bullpen comes in and does their job, so no complaints. Final game against Minnesota, and we get a day off. And it's a 4-3 victory, so that's 5 in a row, 6 out of 7, and 11-3 in the month of May. We're playing a 666 pace right now. Sarabia 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Hits his, not a home run, just a double, couple runs knocked in. Got another solid start from Avidia. Perella and Montalvo both struggle a bit, but enough to get the win, and we are 30-15 off to a red-hot start. I don't want to look at the standings. Well, I guess I should. Just kind of pause. So we're 4 games up on the Angels. We were a game and a half behind the Angels to start the month. We are now 4 games clear of them with a 30-15 record. We have the best pitching staff in the American League. Runs scored is up to 4th. So we're getting enough offense, which is kind of what I was hoping would happen, that we would get enough offense and Acuna and Fuentes could just be defensive, a defensive middle infield. How's Fuentes doing? He's been really good at second. Good zone rating, good efficiency. Acuna, again, good zone rating. The efficiency's a little bit low, but defensively, second defensive efficiency, fifth in zone rating. So pitching and defense with above average hitting is getting it done for us. So, all right, 3. So we got 6, 10 on the road, 9 on the road, 3 at Texas, 3 at Los Angeles, 3 at the White Sox. So 9 road games with how we're playing. I mean, 6-3, right? 6-3, probably a pretty good target for us here against the teams we're going to be playing. So we win the first game 9-7. Again, we come from behind. We were down 5. We were down 7-5, 7-6. Yeah, then 7-6 going into the 8th. We pick up 3 in the 8th. Montgomery 4 for 5. Alvarez 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs. Gleason doesn't pitch well. Robles blows the save, but that's okay. Sometimes your offense has to pick you up. Game 2 against the Rangers. 6-4 loss and the third game of the series. Can we take 2 out of 3? We can. So my 6-3, my thought process was that we take 2 out of 3 in every series. So that's kind of the way I'm looking at this. So again, come from behind victory. Actually, no, this wasn't a come from behind victory. We were up 5-4, and we scored 3 in the 9th. So Parker 3 for 3. Shafransky with a couple of hits. Alvarez with a couple of hits. Nick McLean getting the start, going 2 for 4 with 5 RBIs. Montgomery, Parker, and Shafransky all homer. Neely picks up the win. Rotoba he's been fine. I mean, I don't want to say he hasn't been good. He's been fine. Considering we're only paying him half his salary. I mean, if he can give us a 1.26 ERA plus out of the pen, I will take it. Perella continues to pitch well. He's been a find for us over the last year and a half. All right, so we take 2 out of 3 against Texas. Can we take 2 out of 3 against LA? Just as I get done praising Yorvi Perella, he goes down for 5 weeks, and we lose the first game of the series, 5-4 to the Angels. So again, if we want to keep our 6-3 pace up, we got to win these next 2 games in Anaheim. My chair is extra squeaky today. We do. We win the first game 5-2. So we get a 3 for 3, 4 RBI game from Kevin Parker. He's up to 11 home runs now. Montgomery 2 for 4. Boxrucker 4-0. And the final game of the series against LA. Can we continue our 6-3 pace? If we lose this game, we got to win all 3 against the White Sox. If we win this one, we can go 2 out of 3 and keep our pace. So let's see what happens here. The final game of the series in LA is a 3-2 win. So we keep up our 6-3 hope for the road. Montgomery 2 for 5 with an RBI. Acuna has 2 hits. McLean has 3 hits. Gleason pitches into the 6th. I really want to bring back Benny Montgomery. We just can't. He's up to $26 million a year. We just can't do it right now. There's just no money for us. I mean, we have $7 million for extension, so there is a little bit of money, but there's not enough money for the people we'd want to bring back. Like, even if we tried to offer Rotoba, I mean, he wants 14. Alvarez is probably going to want to, he's up to 22 million. Montgomery's at 28. Poisson's likely to opt out of his deal next season, which is another potential issue. But Montgomery, Poisson, Alvarez, Rotoba, those are all players whose contracts are potentially up after this season. So we may have to come up with a creative way to have a little bit of money. Maybe that involves, trading Acuna or, if Munoz continues to hit 230, he just doesn't have a spot on our team. He signed to a reasonable contract, but if he isn't hitting, he doesn't play good enough defense to really kind of bring anything to the table. So if we offer him up for prospects, bunch of 2-star prospects that don't interest me. What about regulars? I mean, we can probably, not nickel and dime, but I can probably spend some time kind of digging and finding the right trade offer. It's not something I'm going to do right this second, of course, but these are things we're going to have to think about. That being said, if we go on to win the World Series, maybe we get that fan interest bump, maybe we get that fan loyalty bump, maybe we get a market size bump. So I don't want to make any of those decisions right now because we're still so far away from that. All right, so we got the White Sox coming up for 3 games. See how this goes. So again, I was shooting for 6-3 on this 9-game road trip. We are now 5-2. So we just need to split these last 2 games. If we can come out of this 6-3, and we can come out of this 7-2, that's even better. But if we can come out of this 6-3, I'll be thrilled. Shafransky gets his 10th home run of the year. He's provided some nice pop for us. We knew he was going to hit for a decent average. We knew he was going to get on base at a decent clip, but I didn't think he would hit 300. I thought he would hit 300. I didn't think he would hit, with his home run power, I didn't think 30 home runs was really a target. He could be our leadoff hitter moving forward, especially against righties. There's no reason to think that he can't be our leadoff hitter. Maybe we move on from Arias. That's another option. His contract, his ARB number is only 2.8 next year, and it'd be nice to have that pop in the lineup. But I was digging around, and I found a trade with San Francisco to pick up a high on base guy in exchange for Arias, and that's something I'm going to sort of. And he signed like a 4-year, $5 million contract or something. So that's something I'm sort of keeping in the back of my mind here, and I'll show you guys before the episode ends. And well, I have to show you before the episode ends because it's going to be a trade deadline. So unfortunately, you won't be able to help me make that call, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so we win the first game against the White Sox. Game 2 on the road against the White Sox is a 3-2 loss. So we need this win in order to secure our 6-3 road trip. And we don't get it. All right, so we finished 5-4 on the road trip. A bit of a bummer considering we dropped the final 2 games of the series. We were 5-2 on the road trip. Was hoping for that 6-3. We'll take 5-4. We're still 3 games up. And now we come home against the Rangers for 3. First game, it's an 8-3 win. So we bounce back, come back home, and bounce back. Munoz with a couple of hits. Alvarez and Acuna and Montgomery each with 2 RBIs. Gleason goes to 6-1 on the season. Game 2 now. 12-5 win. I love seeing that winning percentage at that 660 and up mark. It just feels good. So we win 12-5. Munoz with a big game, 3 for 4, 4 runs knocked in. Sarabia drives in a pair. Acuna drives in a pair. 2 hits from Poisson has 3 hits. Sarabia, Alvarez, Arias each have 2 hits. Munoz homers. Box record doesn't go long enough to get the win, but he has that ERA under 3 now. Roy Garcia picks up the victory. Final game of the series against the Rangers. And my best Chris Berman is a 6-1 loss. All right, so 37-20. I'm finishing up the month of May at 39-20. I would be all for. Just going to take a couple of wins here against the Phillies. Nope, we lose there. So that's 2 losses in a row. So a bit of a struggle down the stretch here in May as we lose that one as well. So 37-22. We finish the month 2-5. Yeah, 2-5 in our last 7. So we go 18-10 after going 17-10. We are 37-22 on the season. We're 2 games up on the Angels, who are they the second best team in the American League? Yep. So the top 2, I guess the Blue Jays at 35-24 technically are the second best team in the East. So A's have the best record in the West. Angels have the 3rd best record in the West. We have the best record in the major leagues right now at 37-22. Let's take a look at June notes, player development. Anything of real note, Cassius Thomas takes a step backwards, but he's pitched pretty well this year. That control hasn't really come back to burn us. If you can keep the walks around 5, it's been fine. Nick Sandlin gets better. Benoni Robles gets better. I would like to re-sign him. That's a reasonable contract. That's something I'll talk to him about. I'm not going to sign him for 5 years, but a swingman for that kind of money. In fact, let's talk to him right now. I don't want to give him 5 years, but I'd give him 3. Okay. 2.6, 2, and 2.2. I mean, that's okay. 3 years at $6.8 million for a swingman. Acuna gets better with the glove or with the bat. Yeah, he's been decidedly average in the field. Any of our young players get noticeably better. Adonis Sims drops to 2.5 stars. Carmona gets a little better. Shimizu gets a little better, which is nice. Got to get him out of rookie ball, though. Let's get him up to A ball and see if he can start hitting a little bit. Jaden Edwards gets a little worse. He's down to 3.5 stars, but I think he still is going to be okay. Yeah, looks like it's about it. Your American League batter of the month is Guiel Barome. Jose Miranda demanding a trade for $22 million. NL batter of the month, Juan Soto. AL pitcher of the month, AL pitcher of the month, Isaiah Chavez for the Rangers. In the National League, Jerry O'Mara for the Diamondbacks. Rookie of the month in the AL, John Jarrett. And in the National League, Mario Baca. So that was May. It was an 18-10 May after a 17-10 April. So I am going to sim ahead through the month of June. And when we come back, it will be July 1st, and we will do our July stuff. So I'll be back in just a minute. All right, July 1st is here. And your Oakland A's sit at 52-33. We are still in first place, although it is tenuous at best, as we just got swept in a 3-game series in Anaheim against the Angels. You can see a lot of green here in the middle of the month. We started out the month 6-1, 7-1. We started 8-1, and then we got swept by the Yankees. Then we won we won 8 out of 11. So 8-1, 0-4, 8-3, 0-3. So we get swept by New York in New York, get swept by the Angels in Los Angeles. Take those 7 games out, and we were 15-4. So yeah, I mean, just up and down month, but 15-11 for the month, still in first place. It's, I think, a game lead now. Yeah, we're 1.5 game lead on the Angels, who have the, are they still the second best team or third best team in the, yeah, we have the top 2 teams in the American League in the West, the A's followed by the Angels, a game and a half back. We have the second, look at the NL West. Diamondbacks, Padres, and Dodgers, all with 600 winning percentages. So the West has got the best team in the division. We have the second best, they have the best team in the league. We have the second best team in the league. They have the third best team in the league. We have the fourth best team in the league, or they have the third and the fourth, and we have the fifth. That was all over the place, but I think you understand what I'm saying is that the AL West, or the West, is dominating both leagues this season. 10th in runs scored, so the offense continues to struggle. Our pitching staff is elite. First in runs against, first in starters ERA, first in bullpen ERA, second in FIP, second in WAR, first in strikeouts. We're second in defensive efficiency, fourth in zone rating. The offense is just struggling a tad. So it is July 1st. Because the offense is struggling a tad, let's see what is available on the trade block. Holy crap. He's a free agent. And he's fragile, so that's a concern, but he looks good. Batters. What do we got for hitters on the trade block? Pick up a 37-year-old Corey Seager who's making $31 million. I mean, I'm not against it, but pick up a Wander Franco who's making $25 million, only hitting $250 this year. Joe Adell. We could bring him home, I guess. I mean, he had a 40 home run season a year ago. Bring in Marcelo Meyer to play shortstop for us. I mean, guys are all making way too much money for us, so we need to aim a little lower, I think. And Alejandro Kirk at shortstop. No, that doesn't really do it. I mean, there's some decent talent here, but it's either all too expensive or no better than what we're rolling out there, right? I mean, We bring in someone like Marcelo Meyer. Is he that much better than what we're putting out there right now with his 86 OPS plus? I mean, not really. Unless we have a team that's just eager to get rid of somebody, like, yeah, he's got 10-5. Joe Adell's making $29 million. I mean, Franco, they would have to retain, like, the entirety of the contract, and, yeah. So, we don't have a lot of budget space. Oh, did we? Yeah. Not a whole lot we can do. We did re-sign Benoni Robles to that contract, so 3 years, 2.6, and then $2 million, and then 2.2. That's a reasonable contract for somebody who could end up as a starter or a reliever. I am totally okay with that. Yeah, so I don't know how much we're going to do. I mean, again, it's going to be, are they interested in retaining, or can we send, money back? I mean, teams have some money this year. Not a lot, but some teams have money. I mean, some teams have a lot of money. The Braves have a lot of money. Diamondbacks don't have any. Red Sox have a lot of money. White Sox don't have any. Yeah, so teams have money. I'll be curious what happens next season when we get to the offseason, and we'll see if they choose to throw all their money into the draft budget again. And if that happens, we'll deal with it. But I got somebody left a comment that said that it was a draft budget issue. So if I just shut off draft demands, it should fix everything. So if that happens and that fixes everything, great. But, we'll get to that when we get to that. So it's international amateur time right now, though. So we need to take a look and see, what are we looking at here? Do we want a potential 5-star Edgardo Valletta, whose nickname is Muscles, high work ethic pitcher? Obviously a long way to go, but already 6'6", $195, big tall righty. You go after a slugging first baseman or a second baseman. He's 18, says he's a shortstop. He's not really a shortstop with those ratings. I kind of feel like pitcher is the way to go here. Either Valletta or Corona. I think we're going to go Valletta just because we're a little bit void of pitching prospects. And if he doesn't like our offer, we'll come back with Corona and offer the shortstop some money. And why am I on the Cubs? Oh, I'm on the Cubs because I was looking at payroll for teams. All right, so we're 52-33, game and a half up. We are in pretty good shape. Got 3 games. Yeah, and this is a big series coming, or a big 6-game stretch here coming up. 3 on the road against Houston, followed by 3 at home against Los Angeles. So would like a nice long winning streak going into the draft or into the All-Star break. We lose our 4th in a row. Make it 5 in a row. And we're just not hitting at all. Even a 2-0 win, we only score 2 runs. Vizcaíno is dominant. We're still in first place. We're at home against the Angels for 3. We'd like 2 out of 3 here at home if we can get it. So we played 4 games this month and scored 5 runs. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. So another win, but still only 2 more runs. The lack of offense is extremely concerning right now. So what, are we tied for first place? Yeah. Yeah, the offense is just not getting it done. So what's the solution? Francisco Alvarez, 2nd in on-base percentage. A lot of that's not really. I was going to say a lot of that's driven by the batting average, but not really. Arias at 322. I got to leave Parker where he is, don't I? Or do we try something different here? Do we move Parker up? Sarabia is at 289. Do we try something like this? Do we try something like that? Actually, if we move Francisco Alvarez up as well. How about something like that? We get Parker back into the leadoff spot and at 393 on base percentage at the top of the order. Alvarez, who's been one of our better hitters this year, 272, but a 364 on base percentage. Then it leads into Sarabia, who's hitting close to 300. And then Poisson, who's having another good season. So let's try something like that here as we come out of the All-Star break and see if that changes things up a little bit. Because, again, I don't think we can make a lot of changes just due to our payroll limitations. But we got to do something. We got to try something. Did we sign him? We did. We signed Edgardo Valletta. I didn't even think about it. We didn't get the notification. So we get Valletta, 16 years old, still obviously a ways off, but looks like he could be a pretty damn good pitcher. Hopefully the changeup develops and he doesn't become a reliever, but we'll see what happens, I guess. It's only money, right? It's only money. So All-Star Game rosters, Ryan Gleason, Cassius Thomas, Reese Raudabaugh, Francisco Alvarez, Kevin Parker, and that is it. So 5 All-Stars. Parker, Alvarez, Raudabaugh, Thomas, and Gleason. Yep, 5 All-Stars. Prospect rosters, Tony LeBron. That's it. Okay. He's going to be a very good center fielder. I hope he hits enough. He's going to be a very, very good defensive outfielder. All right. We got the draft coming up in a couple of days here, but we've got a doubleheader coming out of the All-Star game. That sucks. Doubleheader coming out of the All-Star game is just dumb. All right, and it's a doubleheader against the Yankees. 1-game doubleheader against the Yankees. Let's see how this goes. And we lose both games. Oh, hell. And we're 2 games out of first place. So just like that, we go from a game and a half out at the end of April to 4 games up at the end of May to a game up at the end of June to now 2.5 games out and time for the draft. All right. Well, we will see what we can do to improve this team. I'm not sure that there's a whole lot we can do right now. Again, I think, I don't hate our lineup and I don't hate our pitching. So, we'll see what options are there, but for now it's draft time. So we're picking 22nd. Let's get to our next pick. Let's see what we got. Rodrigo Lascano. Low work ethic, good eye. Sam Bailey looks like a pretty damn good something. He can hit. He can't field. He's 6 feet tall. He's probably a left fielder, actually, given his ratings. Robert Bautista also can't really field. Juan Campa. I like that batting line a little bit. He's got the good eye, good discipline. That's a leadoff hitter profile, right? He's not going to hit for a lot of power, but that is a good leadoff hitter profile. Raheem Phipps. Again, another player who can't really field. A lot of that going around here. A lot of, then you get someone like Kelvin Espinoza who can play really everywhere on the infield. I like him. I don't think I like him enough to take him with my first pitch or my first pick, but I like him. Maybe if he's there in the second round. What do we have for pitchers? Because right now I'm leaning towards Bailey and just sort of figuring it out after the fact, but let's look at pitchers. All right, so it's going to be a pitcher. We're going to take a pitcher. I think we're going to take Kevin Jones. I think it's almost a no-brainer. Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. I think Kevin Jones is the pick. 55 stuff, movement, control. He doesn't throw a fastball, but throws that cutter. Good curveball, good circle change, good stamina, ground ball pitcher. I think Kevin Jones is going to be the Oakland Athletics' top pick. Can we afford him? Let's check that real quick. We can. All right. So we will sign him. Kevin Jones, come on down. All right, second pick. So Sam Bailey is still there. So I think Sam Bailey will be the pick, and we probably make him an outfielder, or a first baseman. Yeah, because that shortstop that I liked is no longer there. I think Bailey is the pick. Let's just take a minute here and make sure we're not missing anybody. So there was another pitcher, another 3.5-star pitcher that was there that looked pretty good. Juan Mejia. Again, probably not second-round material. Probably not a center fielder. But a good corner outfielder with the error in the arm, high work ethic. The bat's, ways away, but not terrible. Luis Agredano, tiny, 5'9". Oh, we can't afford him. 5'9", 150 pounds, wants $5.5 million. We just can't afford him. Justin Massey, meh. Another nice pitcher that we can't afford. Ooh, I like Orlando Colon. OSA hates him. I like this guy. I like the low ceiling, high floor starting pitchers. I think you can get a lot of value out of those guys. If OSA hates him, I'm hoping maybe he's there in the next round. So we're going to go back to batters, and I think we are going to make Sam Bailey the pick. Let's see if he's still there. Orlando Colon is still there, so I think we're going to take him. Yep. Take Orlando Colon. Below slot, which is good as well. So, Danny Fedorov. Definition of average, really. Look at that. Look at all that yellow. Let's go back to hitters. What do we got left? Harry Eder, a third baseman with some speed, is not something you see every day. Vinny Jackson, corner outfielder, decent bat, low intelligence. I think we go Mejia. That was somebody we had looked at before, so we're going to take Juan Mejia here. And round 4. Let's go to pitchers just to make sure with Dave Litta. Ground ball pitcher. Yeah, fastball slider guy is still a ways away, but, you can always have good bullpen arms. Wants $220,000. Arbalo wants 4.4. Joe Matthews wants 4.4. I like him. Sam Washington wants $1 million. High work ethic. He might be somebody worth taking. Maybe with the next pick, we're going to take Litta. See if he's still there. And he's not. Okay, that's fine. So we miss out there. Fielding ratings, catcher ability. Do we have any catchers that are worth taking? Cawthorn, really, really good with the glove. Not so much with the bat. Looks like par for the course here. Looks like a lot of really good fielding, no-hitting catchers. 65 and 70s, 22. I think Andino is probably, I don't know, they're all 21, 22. It doesn't really do it for me. Luna's 18, Luke Smith. Meh. Low work ethic out of a catcher. It's never a good thing. Josh Donaldson, not the bringer of rain, Josh Donaldson. Just regular old Josh Donaldson. Can't turn the double play. He's a third baseman / outfielder. Yeah, I like him at age 18. Ruben Gonzalez out in center, low work ethic. Fuentes, 22-year-old with high work ethic, a ton of speed. Sure. I like players like that. Let's look at individual pitch potential. Jordan Harold, he wants 1.1. I don't know that we're going to have enough to meet that anymore with what we've already spent. Otherwise, yeah. And we'll give it a try. I mean, maybe it's not our pick. We might have enough. I mean, we'll see. We will see when it comes around, I guess. Aiden Andre, no. Leader, loyalty, greed, sinker, curveball, fastball. 18. He's only 45 stamina, but sure, why not? Tony Andre. No, we got any knuckleballers? No knuckleballers. Knuckle curve. Got a knuckle curve guy in Jaden Price. Jonathan Rocha. Nope. Yuck. Not a lot of pitchers in this. I mean, outside of the ones we've already taken. Hitting potential. Victor Acevedo. Yeah, turn him into a outfielder maybe. I mean, I don't know if he's ever going to hit enough, but he's got some speed. Good control of the bat. Shamar Fleming. Yeah, Emmanuel Gardner, I like that. High work ethic 18-year-old with plus power. He might turn into something. Eye potential. Max Battle. No. Jonathan Duplan. No, I don't like the low work ethic. Again, if I'm going to take a guy at this point, he can't. I mean, like, this guy's got really good ratings, but the low work ethic tells me that he may never reach it. Impossible. Let's just go back to fielding one more time, make sure we didn't miss anybody, and then we'll just let the AI finish things up, I think. Bob Larson. Yeah, we'll let the AI finish up. Let's go in and negotiate. So, yeah, we have a lot of players that want money. We only have, whatever it is, $11 million or something. So we will offer him. Harold, we can offer, we have 4.9, so we can offer that. We can offer here. Guest. What do we have left? 3.3, yeah, we can offer him. Okay. So we should be able to offer everybody else without any trouble. That works. Helps that Bailey and Cologne both want well under slot, so hopefully that doesn't mean that they're busts, but yeah, we still come in about $2 million under, so Bob Larson, sure, we'll sign Bob Larson. All right, let me get all of our draft picks signed. That is good. So, yeah, we're 2 games out of first place now. I think we get through the Los Angeles series and then figure out what we can do, if anything, to try to kind of stem this tide here, as this has gotten ugly. 2-7 in our last 9, 2-13 or something in our last 15. Wow, we are 5 games out of first place. We are 2-9 in our last 11, 2-10, 2-11, 2-12 in our last 14 games without any real relief in sight. I don't know what to do. Finally, a win. Gets us within 4 games of first place. Sarabia drives in 3. Poisson has 3 hits, drives in a couple. I'm not sure what to do. Let's see how the rest of this series goes. I mean, if we take all 3 games, we're a game out of first place. But, 5 games out. I mean, we take 2 out of 3 in LA. That's a positive sign. Sarabia, 3 hits. Why? Oh, because we had a lefty up, right? I'm trying to figure out why it moved Sarabia down in the lineup. Arias feels like a tradable piece, but he's like one of the few power hitters we have in the lineup. We're 10th in home runs, 10th in runs scored. We still have the best pitching staff in the American League, along with one of the best defenses in the American League. But our offense has been poor. So, and I just don't know what to do to fix that. We have Alex Pino, who, I mean, he's ready to go. So maybe we do this. So this was the deal I had set up. I don't know if it's going to go through anymore, but this was the deal we had set up. Yeah, now it says nowhere near to what we need. So, Liker Figueroa, 3-star potential, or 3-star overall, 3-star potential. Really just an on-base guy, right? 50 contact potential, 55, 50 home run power. He's not going to hit for a ton of power, but you can see he's walked 63 times and struck out 62 times. He would be a very, very good designated hitter, backup outfielder, and just plop him at the top of the lineup. And then maybe we call up Pino as well. I mean, am I willing to give up any of these? I mean, yeah, Chase Miller, I guess I'm willing to give up. I mean, he's 21 years old, 50, 45, 60, 2 pitches. I mean, yeah. They like it. I'm trying to see how much of this I can get them to. Okay. So they'll retain 35%. You can see Figueroa's contract is really reasonable. 1.1 this year, 2.2, 3.2, 4.4. Takes him till his age 30 season. If they retain 30% of that, 35% of that, we're paying him $7 million for the next 3+ seasons. So what else can we do here? Do they have a player that they undervalue in their minor leagues? A lot of times you can find a player where for some reason they just undervalue them, and then you can pick them up for, next to nothing. Okay, none of those. Escobar. Nope. So I kind of feel like this is a deal I want to make. We need to shake things up here a little bit as we approach the deadline. So we would give up Roderick Arias, who provides us with some power, but really not much else, right? He's not a particularly good fielder. Very below average in the outfield. He's not really an outfielder, to be fair. I mean, he's really an infielder, but I mean, maybe a second baseman. Maybe. I mean, do we sacrifice the infield defense? Okay. All right, my mind is going here now. Okay, so we're going to send them Chase Miller along with Nick Gonzalez, who we signed as a minor league free agent, and then 2 minor leaguers that we don't care about, Luis Rosales, who's a half-star, and Brendan Sieber, who's a 1.5-star pitcher in AAA. And in return, we're going to get Liker Figueroa. He's actually an outfielder. He's not great, but he's better than what we're putting out there. Liker Figueroa, we stick him in the leadoff spot, and then we call up Pino, and then go from there. And they're going to retain 50% of the contract. So we're going to pay him $1 million next year, 1.6 the year after that, and 2.6 the year after that. I am all for that deal right there. Thank you very much, San Francisco. All right. So now, do we make Arias the second baseman? It's going to impact our defense. But Fuentes and his 48 OPS just isn't cutting it. But neither is Josu Rocha in his 0 OPS plus. Let's send him back down. Let's call Fuentes up. Where is he? Call Fuentes up. Go to here. Call Figueroa up. Put Figueroa in the lineup at left. Put Poisson. I don't know why he was there. And put him there like that. And then we do something like this. Bat Figueroa leadoff, Parker second, Sarabia. Or maybe we do this. Let's do that. Figueroa, Sarabia, Parker. Make him the second baseman. Make him the left fielder. Move them up. Move him down. Move him down. Kind of go something like that maybe. And then get Fuentes in there as the backup. I don't want him starting every second game. I'll have him start every fourth game. Same deal here. Have him come in as the defensive sub. Maybe we run with something like this. We still have Pino in our back pocket in AAA right now, and he's raking. And he can really hit lefties. So let's go ahead another week or so. And then kind of see how this lineup shakes out. And then maybe we can... Like, I don't know where the next move would be. Because if we wanted to call up Pino, now we're talking about moving an outfielder. We're not going to move Sarabia. We just picked up Figueroa. We're not going to move him. And Benny Montgomery is... I mean, he's out there for his defense. Any offense he gives us is a plus. But, yeah, maybe it's the Munoz deal. See, this is the issue. We're not really getting anything of interest in return. Doesn't mean I can't work something out. It just means we're not getting anything all that interesting in a 1-for-1. Jaden Evans is the same thing, just worse. Part of this is the contract, though, right? He signed to a long-term contract. Which, I mean, it's not an unreasonable contract. It's, just over $10 million a year. So, all right, well, let's get through the next week and see how this lineup shakeup changes things and go from there. So let's get through this 7-game homestand, 4 at home against Texas, 3 against the Red Sox, and then kind of sort it out from there. So we win 5-3. They want to send us David Bednar for David Figueroa. Figueroa is a captain, but he's... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Hitting this year. I mean, he's not good, but I don't particularly need or want Bednar. So we win 5-3. For some reason, Montgomery gets the start here. Why didn't his lineup start the way I wanted it to? Avidia is out with back spasms. Okay. Munoz and Parker both homer. Game 2. Another win. So we've won 4 out of 5. Figueroa goes 0 for 5. Sarabia, 3 hits. Arias, 1 for 4 with a 3. I would like to hold on to Arias. With our lack of power, we need somebody like this in the lineup, so it's just a matter of finding the right spot for him. Hopefully second base is it. Neely pitches well. And yes, we've won 3 in a row. Look for another game, another win against Texas here. An 8-0 win, so 4 in a row, 5 out of 6. Figueroa still looking for his first hit as a member of the A's. Munoz 2 hits and an RBI. Poisson hits his 20th home run. Acuna drives in 3. Boxrucker, is he hurt too? Yep. 2 weeks. We're going to have to put him on the DL. Okay. Who do we call up in his place? Frankel's been okay. Herndon Brown's actually been better. So we'll call him up, and we're just going to stick him right in the rotation. Not going to mess with the bullpen at all. I mean, I could put Robles out there. But he's been so good as a reliever that I don't want to screw with that. To the point that I'm going to make him my stopper. And we'll see what sorts of information, see what sorts of work we can get out of Robles here. No, I don't want to screw with it. It's working. But we'll high leverage him. So we got 4 pitchers that we can trust in high leverage. Rodobot, Robles, Sandlin, and Perella. And technically, we throw Montalvo in there, too. All right, we look for the 4-game sweep of the Rangers and our 5th straight win. Hopefully, we can get it. We do. We're back to a game and a half out of first place, so we closed nicely there. Sarabi has really taken to that number 2 spot. 2 for 4, 3 runs scored, 2 runs knocked in. Poisson with another home run, 3 more runs knocked in. Gleason pitches well, and we get the victory. 3 at home against a bad Red Sox team. We lose the first one 4-0. It's not ideal. Kubicek, we're going to designate. No one's going to pick him up, so I'm not too concerned about that. Second game against the Red Sox. The 6-2 win. So we've bounced back. That was just an absolutely atrocious streak there. We were like 2-14 or whatever. But we've bounced back here a little bit in the middle of the month. Got ourselves back within a game of first place. Cunha 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Figueroa picks up his first RBI for us. Avidia pitches 5. Yeah, we were... So we lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of 14, 15, 16. We were 3-13. We had a 3-13 stretch. We have won 4, 5, 6 of our last 7 and 7 of our last 9. So we're still under 500 for the month, but we've won 7 of our last 9. Last game of the series against the Red Sox. Another win. So, granted, we're playing bad teams, but you can only beat the teams in front of you, right? So, Poisson, a couple of hits. Shafransky with a pinch hit, 3-run home run in the bottom of the 8th, rather. Neely goes 8. All right, so we signed all of our minor leaguers, I believe. Let's take a look at this. We did. We signed Jones. We signed Colon, Litta, Bailey. We are going to disable all of their promotions. Sam Bailey is not going to be an infielder. Probably a left fielder with that arm or with that those ratings. Make him a left fielder. Orlando Colon was our 2nd round pick. I want him to be a starter. His ratings aren't as good as a starter, but I want him to be a starter nonetheless. We're going to start him in A-ball because he's 22. Carmona needs to go up at this point. Olgan needs to go up at this point. I don't want any 20-year-olds in rookie ball if I can help it. We still have too many players down here. We're going to have to start cutting some people, I think, which is fine. We will cut anybody that's 22 and up that is under 1.5 stars. That's just from this particular team. I'll go through and I'll cut all my rosters, and that'll let us move some of our younger players up. So, all right, up to 9th in runs scored. So yeah, it's all about our offense. So what can we do to tweak our offense a little bit is sort of the end goal here. But really, other than maybe trading Munoz for a better bat, I don't know that there's an option. And the options that are available, I don't think we can get. I wouldn't mind an Eloy. You trade us a 34-year-old Eloy Jimenez for something? They will, but I don't want to give any of that up, which means we can afford his contract. Okay. Can we give you a poo-poo platter of prospects that I don't like or don't care about? Alvarez, does that change things at all? No, I'm not giving you Poisson. Raul Fernandez, no. Cesar Diaz up to 4-star. That might finally solve our one of our middle infield issues. Wow, even with Munoz, you want a good player in return. Okay, well, that's not going to happen. So I think we've made the deal that we've made, picking up a new leadoff hitter in Liker Figueroa. Kind of tweaked the lineup here a little bit. He's only 2 for 16 with us so far, but, it's still early. Yeah, we tweaked the lineup a little bit. And we got to hope that's enough. And we call up Alex Pino in a bit. Hopefully that was just a rough patch. That 16-game stretch was as bad as it was going to get for us, and we'll see how it goes. So we win here 5-0. We get 2 RBIs from Montgomery, 1 each from Munoz, Sarabia, and Shafransky. Herndon Brown comes in, pitches 5 1/3 shutout innings. Game 2 in Minnesota. Another win. So as bad as that start to the month has been, or was, the second half of the month has been just as good so far. So 10-2 in our last 12. Figueroa with a 3-run bomb reaches base 3 times in his best game as a member of the A's. Gleason goes 6. Perella gets the win. Game 3 against the Twins. An 11-7 win. So we continue to win, and we are back in first place. Just like that, we are back in first place. Figueroa doesn't get a hit, but gets on base 3 times, which allows Munoz and Poisson to each drive in a pair of runs. Arias has a couple of hits. Alvarez 2 hits, 3 runs scored. Montgomery 3 hits. Alvarez, Poisson, and Munoz all homer. I'm really hoping that Munoz he's 24, so he's almost 25, but the ratings against lefties are so good that I'm hoping he just sort of figures it out. All right, as we look for the 4-game sweep of Minnesota. We get it. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-1 in our last 12 games. Figueroa gets on base twice, scores twice. Poisson has 2 more RBIs. Montgomery has 2 RBIs. And our bullpen, man. Bullpen continues to lock things down. So we're going to finish off the month with a 3-game, and in the episode, actually, with a 3-game homestand against the Seattle Mariners. Received a trade proposal. Dalton Baker for Nick Senzel. No, I'm good. Senzel, another minor leaguer that we just have in the system. We signed him to a minor league contract. Got a whole bunch of those guys here. Anything we want to do? Yeah, Pino hitting almost 400 in AAA. He'll be up sooner rather than later. So the definite call-ups at roster expansion: Pino, Romo. We probably call. Where is he? We'll probably call Alvarez up. Oh, Rocha, they moved down to AA. Probably call. I don't know if we call him back up. I don't think so. He's not hitting well enough. Yeah, probably that's it. Why do you stop this? Strategy. He is a starting pitcher. Make him a starting pitcher. We need starting pitching. I need him starting. So do that. Had Kevin Jones doing his first 2 starts. 10 runs, 13 hits, and 13 innings. Okay. He's still a ways off. But that's what you get out of 19-year-olds. Luis Mata. Let's call him up. All right. Let's get through these last 3 games at home against Seattle. 4-1 loss. Second game of the series. 3-1 win. Trade proposal from the Twins. They really want to send us Dalton Baker. I really don't want Dalton Baker. Figueroa with a hit. Montgomery knocks in a pair. Gleason goes 5 2/3. Only got 8 wins on the year. He's not really going super deep into games. So let's bump that up some. And let's see how the final game of the month goes. We got Alexander Vizcaino on the mound. And let's see. Final game of the series, final game of the month, final game of the episode. July 31st against Seattle. We're 67-45. Make it 68-45. We finished July with a winning percentage of over 600. Shafransky's ratings dropped. I don't like that at all. We win 8-1. Figueroa, a couple hits, couple runs scored. Poisson still hitting .320. Munoz, couple hits, couple RBIs. Arias with his 22nd home run. How's he doing at second base? Not good. Not good at all. Yeah, I don't know that we're going to be able to have a home for him given the way the rest of the team is built, but we will see how it goes. Vizcaino pitches 5 shutout, and we get the victory. So development, a lot of minuses there for players that we depend on. Arias, Fuentes, Shafransky, Avidia, Easterling, Gleason, all drop. This Avidia contract is well worth it, even if he only pitches to what he's pitching to right now, which is 4.8 ERA. He's on pace for almost 2.5 WAR. Cologne gets a little better as a starter. AL pitcher of the month, or batter of the month, Riley Green of the Angels. In the NL, Mookie Betts, 38-year-old Mookie Betts, your pitcher of the month. In the AL, Louis Patino. In the NL, Carlos Betancourt. So he went from Tampa to Colorado and got traded back to Tampa. Interesting. Rookie of the month in the AL, Sandy Valdez. And in the NL, it is Manny Romero. So we are 68-45. We ended up, believe it or not, with a winning record. We were 1-11 to start the month, or 1-10 to start the month, or something stupid like that. So 4 straight winning months, 17-10, 18-10, 15-11, 16-12, puts us in first place at 68-45, half game over the Angels. We're making a little bit of money this year. We're drawing a few more fans in. Hopefully we can get a nice postseason run here under our belts and generate some additional fan interest. If we start with the pitching stats, Ryan Gleason having another Ryan Gleason type season. Alexander Vizcaino is doing a fine replacement job for Joey Estes, 7-4 with a 3.74 ERA, 3.72 FIP. Daniel Avidia, 7-6, 4.18 with a 4.25 FIP. Brandon Neely, 9-7, 3.82. So our top 4 starters have been fine. Right now, our number 5 starter is Kerry Herndon Brown. I only made the 1 start. Reese Rodabaugh has been really good. I'm glad we made that deal for him. Good for almost 1.5 WAR. Rodabaugh, Robles, Thomas, Montalvo, Our bullpen has been terrific. Really, the entire bullpen has been terrific. Even our worst bullpen piece, Zach Easterling, has pitched moderately well. That ERA is slightly below average, but he's the only one. I mean, look at the rest of the ERA pluses. Our pitching staff has been really, really good this year. Offensively, getting some good performances. Thankfully, we're getting them out of the people we need, which is Poisson, Parker, Sarabia, Alvarez, Montgomery to a lesser extent. That's more the glove than anything else. But even he's 24 out of 26 in stolen bases. So, and he's providing some pop. He's got 8 triples, 18 doubles, 11 home runs, just a low batting average. I mean, an 88 OPS plus, if he continues to put up these sorts of defensive ratings, I'm totally okay with. Same thing with Alvarez. He's hitting the ball well. Pitching staff is doing a nice job with him behind the plate. Shafransky, again, not hitting quite as well as we would like, but 813 OPS, 120 OPS plus. The average is just a little light. Arias providing us some pop and not much else. Again, he may not have a home beyond this year. Nick McLean at 2 stars just keeps hitting. He just keeps hitting. I don't know how he does it, but he just keeps hitting. Munoz has been a disappointment this season. For the last couple months aren't an improvement here. That may be a piece we look to move in the offseason, as he does have some value. Yeah, I mean that's about it. We get Boxrucker back tomorrow. So in between episodes, I will sim the month of August. We'll get back in September, and hopefully we'll have some better end of the season luck. Last year we lost Estes the day before the season ended. We lost Kevin Parker in the final month of the season. The year before that, we lost Brandon Woodruff for 17 months. So hopefully we can avoid those end of the season injuries this year, and we can go the route that my Arizona Diamondbacks went on my GM Games channel. If you haven't watched that yet, take a watch because we had some success finally. So that's going to do it, guys. As always, I appreciate you watching. And again, I appreciate the support. Join my Discord. Come say hi. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me what I should be doing instead. I appreciate it. I'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.